Hello, welcome to lesson number 11, validation using while loops. So far, programs have accepted anything the user types. In this lesson, we're going to stop that. Validation makes sure data is sensible, safe, and usable. So let's take a look at the do it now based on lesson number 10, while loops. Question number 1, true or false? Make sure you get your answers together. Pause the video at the end. Okay, number 1, a while loop repeats while a condition is true. Number 2, while loops must always include input. Question number 3, variables can change inside loops. Question number 4, loops can stop when a condition changes. And question number 5, a loop can run forever if nothing changes. Get your answers together and we'll go through them shortly. Okay, answers. Question number 1 is true. Question number 2 is false. Question number 3 is true. Question 4 is true. And question 5 is true. Question 5 explains why validation must be written carefully. So let's take a look at the objectives today. By the end of this lesson, you should be able to understand what validation means, use while loops to validate input, and prevent incorrect data entering a program. But what is validation? Validation checks whether input is acceptable. If data is invalid, the program rejects it. If data is valid, the program continues. Validation protects programs from bad data. So let's have a look at the example number 1. Yes/no validation. Make sure you open Create with Code via the link here and enter this as accurately as you possibly can. Make sure you pause the video and predict the output before running the program. On line number 1, we have answer equals input as a string, enter yes or no. On line 3, iteration begins where while answer is not equal to yes and answer is not equal to no. You get prompted again on line number 4 to enter an answer, yes or no. Line number 6 concatenates you entered with the answer variable. The loop keeps running while the input is invalid. As soon as the user types yes or no, the loop stops. Pause the video, enter it into Create with Code, and we'll move on shortly to example number 2. Okay, practice example number 2, range validation. Enter this into Create with Code. Pause and predict the output. Line number 1, we have age equals int input. Enter age 0 to 120. Specifies the input. On line number 3, iteration begins where age, which is supposed to be a whole number as an integer, while age is less than 0 or age is greater than 120, it prompts you to enter your age again as a number. Once this is completed and you enter a value between these two values, on line number 6 it prints age accepted. When you're on Create with Code, change the greater than symbol to a less than symbol and see what happens. Let's have a look at practice example number 3. Don't move on until you've entered this into Create with Code and run it. Practice example number 3, password length. Enter this into Create with Code, pause and predict the output before running it. Line number 1, we have password equals input, enter password. Line number 3, while the length or len password is less than 6, it prompts you to keep entering the password. Otherwise, on line number 6, it says print password accepted. Why not change the len or length value of the password to less than 10 and see what happens? predict this before you run it on Create with Code. Okay, let's move on to the main program. The main program is a little bit more complex. This is a login system with validation, including comments. Okay, let's take a look at the comments that feature throughout the code so I can explain a little bit about what the program does. Okay, line number 3. This chunk of code makes sure the username isn't blank. If we have a look at line number 9 and the chunk of code below it, it asks until the password meets all the rules. Line 14 asks you to confirm your password, and beyond that, it's going to be easier to explain if we code together. So, let's code. Okay, line number 1, code with me. We have username equals input, enter a username. This is going to be a string. Line number 3, well, I'm going to add a comment. I'm not going to add too many comments. Make sure the username isn't blank. And this is how you do it. While the username dot strip equals 2 quotations, username equals input, username cannot be empty. Enter username. As we go through, I'm going to show you what these new pieces of terminology do. This username.strip essentially makes sure there's no spaces within the username. So if I run it, I'm going to enter a username of Dave Red. This username seems like it's accepted. However, if I run the program again and I leave this completely blank, I should get a prompt, username cannot be empty, enter username. If I try this again, it keeps saying this until I enter a username. The dot strip here, this ensures that all spaces are removed from around the string too. After I've entered it. This is a common validation technique used in programs and in Python. Okay, let's keep going. Line number 7. We have password equals input, enter a password. And this is also going to be a string. And line number 9, I'm just going to do a very quick comment, ask until password meets all the rules. Line 10, I'm going to create another iteration while loop, and while the len of password is less than 6 characters, or password dot is alpha, no spaces in this little section, to let's take a look at this line of code a little bit more closely. it states while length password is less than 6 characters, or the password dot is alpha. This one here is alpha, states that if the password is just alphabetic characters, A, B, C, D, E, F, what's going to happen is it's going to print out that the password must be 6 plus characters and include at least one number. And then it's going to prompt you to enter your password again. Enter a password, and let's run this just to see how this works. Okay, so I'm going to enter a username, Dave Red, enter a password. So let's test this and see how robust this validation actually is. So let's do a password of pass, first of all. Password must be 6 characters and include at least one number. Okay, so let's do, I'm going to test all outcomes. Pass 1, password must be 6 plus characters. So let's have a look at password. Again, it keeps prompting me to enter the correct type of password. If I just enter 1, 2, 3, 4, again, it keeps prompting me to enter. And now I'm finally going to aim to get this past the validation rule. And it has got past it because my password is 6 plus characters and okay. So our next line, it's going to ask us to confirm the password. Like it does in the real world, this is supposed to reflect a real world program. So I'm going to create a variable called confirm equals input as a string, and we're going to say confirm password, which while confirm does not equal the password that we've entered, print passwords do not match, and then I'm going to prompt them to enter it again. Confirm equals input, confirm your password. Let's test this program so far. So, Dave Red is my username. Enter a password. Let's do password 1 with a capital P as well. Then I'm going to confirm it because it's been accepted. It's got past that validation. Password 1. Okay, that works. I'm going to try and get it wrong in the second confirm password validation. So Dave Red, password 1. And then when I'm confirming it, I'm going to spell it incorrectly. Password 1. Okay, confirm your password. I'm going to get it wrong again. Password 2. And let's get it right and see what happens. Okay, it's accepted it. Okay, let's move on to line number 20. And this is where we create a profile summary of the username and password that the user's entered. So we're going to print out, and again, this reflects sort of real world type account creation. So account created successfully. Successfully is always a word that I spell incorrectly. Hopefully I haven't this time. The / and n creates a brand new line. That's all that does. And then I'm going to print out and enter a profile summary and a few more dashes. This just makes it look a little bit more realistic. Create another print statement. I'm going to concatenate username with the username that I've entered. So I just put a comma in there, username, and then I'm going to print out the password length as well. Password length, and what I'm going to do with this is concatenate it with the length of the password. And we're going to run this in 2 seconds. Got to close 2 brackets, not 1, because I've opened 2 here and here. Okay, let's see what happens when I run this. So I've got my username, Dave Red. Enter the password. Password 1. It's a poor password, but this is just a test. Password 1. Okay, account created successfully. Profile summary. Username is Dave Red, and my password length. What we can also do is use a for loop method, isDigit, as an alternative to see if my password has a number value in it. And this is how you do it. So, has underscore number equals false currently for, and then we write a for loop. This is also iteration. For, this is a counter in the password. So what it's essentially saying, it's saying for the character in the password. So in the string that I've entered for my password, colon, if the character dot is a digit, then has underscore number is then changed to true, and it breaks out of this for loop. Otherwise that's just going to keep going, and go right back to the edge, and I'm going to print out password contains numbers has underscore number. And we're going to run this as well. Let's run the program and see what happens. So let's do Dave Red. I've been doing password 1. Password 1. It's created my account successfully. Got a profile summary. Its username is Dave Red. My password length is 9, and the password contains numbers, which is true. Okay, let's have a look at 5 exam style questions based on the main program. Question number 1. On which line does the first iteration loop begin? Question number 2. What line checks whether the password is at least 6 characters long? Question number 3. What line of code checks whether the 2 passwords match? Question number 4. On which line is the program checking if the username is empty? And question number 5. What line outputs the final message, account created successfully? Pause the video, get your answers together, and we'll go through them shortly. Okay, let's whiz through these answers. Question number 1, the answer. The first while loop begins on line number 4. Question number 2, the answer. In the condition len password is less than 6 is on line number 10. Question number 3, the answer. The test confirm not equal password on line number 16. Question number 4, the answer. The condition username.strip equals and then 2 quotations on line number 4. And question number 5, the answer is print an account created successfully on line number 20. Validation is essential in real programs. Without it, systems break, crash, or become insecure. Next, we're going to use validation together with lists and loops. We have done this previously, but we're going to move it on swiftly.